All right, you guys, I'm just going to be live for a second. I'm going to see if Karen will enter the room again. I don't care if Dev enters the room, but I'm mainly looking for Karen for the simple fact I want to ask her a couple of questions in regard to Saint. So I'm going to see if she. LUROCK, I thought you were doing the show. Karen was just in here, and she was trying to get in contact with Saint, but she won't answer the phone. Well, thank you for coming back. I appreciate that. Um, what? Oh, see, like I was telling Deb to a certain degree, because when Karen answered, hold on.
Hey, D, sorry, I opened the show, but nobody joined, so I came back.
Okay. Well, LUROCK is here.
Okay, LUROCK, can you call Miss Saint? She's not picking up the phone, and it's been around more than a few minutes that there's nothing from her.
Well, he put a couple of things in the chat in regard to Saint. So you may,
Block everyone?
yeah, that's what I'm tripping about.
But I can't process that. Why would she? No, I mean,
Oh, that was okay. Are you talking about girlfriend in that type of way where,
wait, I know she's going through a lot, but blocking, I mean, I can't, no, I don't know about her life. She's probably, God, I just wish the best for her.
well, LUROCK, let me ask you this because you know her character a lot more than a lot of us do. Do you think she's suicidal?
Oh, so you guys were dating? No
Okay.
comment. That's understandable.
Okay. I mean, I knew of, who you were, but I didn't know that you guys were in that type of, I just thought it was platonic.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's that much surprising. I mean, look at LUROCK's profile. He doesn't follow anyone, only her. So,
Well, I don't venture to people's profiles like that, unfortunately. I mean, I'm pretty much focused on my own podcast. These people have, they're vets in the game, so they have followers and establishments and things of that nature. I mean, it's not being sedity or nothing like that, but I have to get myself to that same establishment. So I just been focusing on my own podcast. So I didn't realize that he was just following her.
yeah, no, it's alright. I was just, adding a bonus point to it. She's dealing with a lot right now and on the run. It's not a good thing. I see.
Well, I guess the main question is how can people help the situation if there is a way to help the situation?
Yeah, I mean, if if we can listen to her, she can talk to us. Maybe I don't know because I mean, the best thing we could do is just listen. Emotions are a whole, and you can't control them. Oh, I guess so.
But the thing that sucks is there are her emotions and her feelings, and she should be allowed to express them freely. And that's why she has a podcast. Well, I don't know what her main reason is for her podcast, but for myself personally, it's for a way for me to express myself freely. And she should be able to, and she reserves the right to express herself freely any way she wants to, if it's artistically or vocally. She should be able to do that. And yeah, she has that much bottled up inside, but maybe at this point she doesn't want to express her feelings to people. She seems to be, she doesn't. But let me ask this question, because I ran across a lot of people on podcasts that don't like her energy, and I'm just going to keep it real. Um, why don't people like her? Because she seems to be a likable person in my book. I never had any.
She's very likable.
Yeah. Thank you, LUROCK. Thank you, Dev.
Anytime.
I'm pretty sure you do. I'm just sorry that she has to go through what she's going through. I mean, it's none of my business, but I just, yeah.
Well, if I mean, of course, at the end of the day, we're just strangers to her, and that's understandable. But if you're much more closer, it's just, I don't know, take care of her or have your eyes on her or something, because being down is very dangerous. It's just, you don't, human will, when they're down and sad and truly through the darkness, is just so unbelievable. What can they do? So just take care.
Well, I'm going to post this, so hopefully, she can hear these good words after the posting and get some form. I'm sorry, you guys, I need something to drink and get some form of positive energies from it.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna post this, but now that you said you're gonna post this, if she ever hears this, it's just, I've only had the, opportunity to talk to her for less than a few minutes, and I've enjoyed every second of it. She's so respectful, seems so intellectual, very kind, and such a great person to talk to. It's just, I'm very sad that she's going through all she's going through, and yeah, I mean, it's understandable that she wants to be alone and deal with it, but we're always here, right? So that's the least thing a friend can do.
Let me ask this, LUROCK. Are you guys in the same city, state, town, or whatever the case may be? Okay. No, that makes it worse because you can't be here. You can't be there for her in that type of form, considering you're not in the same, place. Oh, damn. So y'all had a really close relationship like that, to the point where you were getting ready to end your life where you're at and planning whole new life. That's a lot to do. Well, who's to say that you guys still can't continue that? But I understand she's going through a hurdle, so that's definitely not helping the situation. And she probably don't want you to see her at her worst, like most women. They don't want you to see them at their worst. Well, if you don't mind, LUROCK, share some of your story with the people that don't know you. Dev must have lost his connection. Excuse my ignorance, LUROCK. I'm still new at this. I keep seeing this at D Venom. Thank you for listening. Please join my fan club. Is that, and I see that you're putting it up here. Is that a way to join my fan club? I'm a little, okay, I think LUROCK, okay, he's back. Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard me or not, LUROCK. Oh, so you're trying to join my fan club. Okay, let me see. How can I call you up? I'm still new at this mess. Oh, invite as a speaker. I sent you an invite, so that should allow you to chime in. While you're doing that, I'm going to get something to drink because my throat is extremely parched. Oh, I think he didn't hear me. Well, he's not in here. Sorry, people. I do apologize. I'm going to get something to drink real quick. Okay, he's back. I sent you an invite. I'm not sure if that's a way to call in or not. You have to excuse me. Hold on one second. Okay, I pressed it myself and I see community and members. No members in the fan club. Okay, I don't see anything where it says join or anything like that. So I can kind of see where your confusion comes from. Oh, hell, I'm broke too. Shit. Same. I just lost my damn job Monday, but thank God the universe was on my side and I transitioned into a different job come Monday. So I'm happy about that. Where is oh, here we go. What is this bandwagon in regard to people getting fired and laid off on their positions and stuff? I was temp, so I can kind of understand it. And I was working for the school district and 2 schools closed down in my area, which, yeah, I mean, I get all of that, but seniority overruled. And unfortunately, the temps ended up losing their position. Okay, you've been at your job for 13 years. Well, why would they fire you if you've been there for that damn long? Oh, yeah. And then with corporate America, there's the micromanaging and all of that mess that comes with the territory and people thinking that they know, stuff over the next person. And it becomes a battle. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was getting something to drink. Okay. You said there's only 2 ways to work the right way and the wrong way. Okay. And if you don't mind, share those ways if you don't mind. But yeah, I mean, I feel you. I enjoy Dev, but I have to keep it real. Sometimes his smart, I mean, and it's okay to have smarts. Hell, I wish I had some of them smarts. But, don't come off and try to make the other person feel inadequate because you have a little book smarts. The only smart person in this world is Source. And if you don't know who Source is, which I'm pretty sure you do, LUROCK, because you seem like a very intelligent individual, it's God. He's the only one that knows the answers to everything and whatever else the case may be. Just because you have a little book smarts don't mean a motherfucking thing. I don't give a fuck, and we had a little word exchange, but, you're not going to come for me, and not especially on my motherfucking podcast, with that bullshit. I don't give a fuck how much book smarts your ass got. I'm going to cuss your ass out and let that be the reason. And I had to kind of do that. But, no, they sure do. They sure do. And I appreciate Dev. You know what I'm saying? He's a very intellectual individual, and I enjoy having topics of conversation with him. But, you're not going to make me feel inadequate. And a lot of people throughout my life has tried to make me feel inadequate. And even doctors, said that I was going to be slow throughout my life. And not the main, but the thing that they should have said was I was going to be ADHD. And ADHD is not a learning thing. It has to do with something totally different. And a lot of people get that messed up. But, yeah. But I welcome it, and you're right. Yeah, and you're true about that. You're true because, when you're constantly studying and stuff like that, and you haven't had any life experience, like you said, yeah, you're definitely right about that. I should have thought about that and not have gotten ghetto, so to speak. But, sometimes you have to let loose on people. So you set that boundary like, okay, this bitch is crazy. Let me leave this alone. Why isn't my light coming on? I hope I didn't unplug the wrong damn light. I'm sorry. I'm trying to plug in my light. Okay, there we go. Oh, you grew up in Jersey. Okay. I grew up in Rockford, Illinois, which is, a city outside of Chicago, like maybe 45 minutes to a half an hour away from Chicago. And I'm not saying that, I'm the biggest, baddest person because I can get my ass beat. Anybody can get their ass beat. But, and I have a bit of street smarts, even though, yeah. I was out there with the prostitutes and all type of shit, men and women and drag queens and all of them. I ran that life. I was in the sex industry, all that type of shit. But yeah, Chicago is hood, but people get it. Rockford is just as hood. Rockford was on the people's worst place to live list. What does that tell you? Shit. Exactly. That's why I got the fuck away from there because it is a gloomy, dark place that has no life. If you tell people, let's go to the museum, they'll look at you like you damn crazy. And it's just like they don't have any aspiration. And it's hard to be around people like that because I need to be around people that inspire me to want to do better for my own damn self. You seem to be pretty logical when you joined the first time myself and Dev had some word exchange, and I'm not sure if you caught any of that. And I thought that you had joined to, add your input in regard to what we had a word exchange about. But yeah. Anyway, now that it's just you and I guess we could talk a little bit more, and that's if you want to, in regard to Saint, because I am concerned about her because she did tell me the story before Dev joined in regard to her grandmother and a couple of other things. I don't want to say too much because we are live, but it don't seem healthy at all. I'm trying. You know what, Lou? I do apologize. Hold on. For one thing, where's my damn grape juice? Oh, over here. I need to sit down. I'm ADHD, so I'm all over the place mentally, which has me all over the place physically. I be trying, like with what is his name? Fax Porcupine and Shorty LV. They all supported my podcast, and I've been meaning to go on their podcast and do all type of stuff. And I feel bad because I haven't yet. I don't really know how to go in these rooms and call up people. Hold on, let me read what you said. Hold on one second. I did that. Hold on. It was supposed to have sent you, okay, invite as a speaker. We've sent your invite. LUROCK is a speaker. Okay.
We got it.
All right.
Javian likes to censor me because I speak the truth a lot, so they like to.
Well, I think that's what anyone, they try to shut you up, and if that's not trying to kill you off, they try to shut you up in another form.
Yeah. So I would talk to you off of here about her, but I'm here.
I'm going to say that you are drifting off into the matrix a little bit.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm moving. You hear me at all?
I can hear you.
Yeah. I'll talk to you off of here, but I'm not.
You don't have to because you don't know me like that, and I don't know you like that, so I know it's an uncomfortable thing to, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
But just know that this is a safe place. If I can come on here and talk about my addiction and stuff like that, and whatever else the case may be, I'm a open book. I talked to someone from Tennessee or somewhere in the South, and they opened up and told me a story, that wasn't healthy or whatever via podcast, and they finished telling me off a podcast and whatever, and yeah.
I know we all have our own traumas in life, some worse than others. Some are deeper than others in other ways, you know what I'm saying?
Because I've had mine, trust me. I'm in the process of looking for another therapist and a psychiatrist because, I need to figure out some things.
Yeah. See, I don't trust the medical system. So
I don't either, to be honest with you.
All they want to do is just give you drugs. They don't actually fix anything.
Which they don't,
It's not a convenient business if they actually help people. So.
No, because before I decided to drop this organization, they decided to drop me because I missed a couple of appointments. And I understand that I set these appointments and whatever else the case may be, but I have a life. And sometimes I don't want to be on damn Zoom camera and shit like that talking about me. You know what I'm saying? And I had to go to work on this particular day, and they called for a Zoom appointment. and I couldn't do it. I had to get to work, and I tried to explain it to them, and before I knew it, I was dropped from the organization, and they didn't give me any resources. They didn't give me any medication to lean on until I could find another, psychiatrist. They didn't give me shit. They just dropped my ass. And I'm just like, okay, is that fair to the patient? You put them on all this medication and you're supposed to be monitoring them to a degree. And now that they have a life and have things to take care of and can't really keep this appointment, you want to drop them. And yeah, I don't like stuff like that.
I've dealt with it plenty of times with my children, man. I see exactly what you're talking about.
They're doing it to children.
My youngest son was injured at birth.
Mm-hmm.
There was malpractice during the delivery, and you had complications for a couple of years, and they abandoned him. They were like, no, he's never going to be fixed. This is just the way he's going to be for the rest of his life, and we don't want to deal with it no more. Just like that.
Wow. Now that's really shameful when you're doing that to children. I mean, it's shameful that you're doing it to a damn adults.
Yeah. So, well, that's because it's a practice, right? There's no like master doctors, right? They're always in the practice. They're always.
No, that makes sense. I mean, if it's a practice, you're always practicing.
Yeah. So, but there's no. I mean, they don't actually cure anything, right? So they just give you stuff. Oh, try this and try that. One of these got to work.
It's almost like guinea pig, let's give you all this medication and whatever the case may be and see what cures what. I'm in the process of, I'm in the process of getting evaluated for a new therapist and psychiatrist for my bipolar and ADHD. So I probably am going to be going through a series of medications to see what works for me and what doesn't. I'm not really in the mood for all of that because some stuff is going to make me drowsy. Some stuff is probably going to make me just, but it's what I have to go through in order to, I guess for now, figure out, get my psyche balanced. Just put it that way.
I got you.
But I wish I know that there's a natural ailment out there because Source created this and, there's always something natural.
Of course. And we flood our system with so much unnatural and unhealthy stuff that it has its effects too,
Oh, definitely. Before I stopped being friends with this person or vice versa, we were talking about the lake color blue, I think, and the color red that's in some of these, like Doritos and flaming hot red Cheetos and stuff. I hear that those particular preservatives, I guess that's what they are causing cancers.
Yeah. I mean, it's not food, right? It's like that poison. It's literally poison.
But I guess what I don't understand is why America talks about other countries. Why can't we follow their lead in some degree, considering they color their food with like natural stuff, beet juice, carrot juice, and other things like that. But we're coloring our food with, lake color blue and all of this stuff. What is lake color blue anyway?
I mean, the only thing that blue that I know is paint. So, I mean, there ain't blue stuff out there, maybe besides the sky.
Yeah, so it's definitely scary times in regards to this world. Now, what do you think about this Illuminati mess? You think this stuff is true? Because I like to talk about that.
Oh, fuck yeah. So,
what do you have to say to the people in the world that think that you're going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? You don't know what you're talking about. It's not a real thing.
They got to prove you wrong, right?
Now, you know that there's people out there that will try to do it.
Oh, people try to prove me wrong all the time.
And there
And then,
are people.
and
Hmm.
then all I tell them is just look out into the world and see what you see and tell me I'm wrong.
And when I first started diving into it, along with that particular friend that I'm no longer friends with, unfortunately, it scared the both of us to the point where we stopped looking on YouTube in regard to anything Illuminati. And, the little bit that I do know about it, yeah, it is a scary thing knowing that this world is turning into what it's turning into. And,
And we're still at the beginning phases still. So I mean, it's
thank
not.
God that
It's
we
not
are at the beginning phases. Just imagine if we were in the middle phases of this mess.
we're close. We're pushing towards it though. We're not like pushing against it. So
That is ridiculous. That is crazy. I hear that they're trying to get rid of Section 8 and a lot of government funding programs. If they get rid of Section 8 and all of that stuff, where are they going to house these individuals that truly need the housing?
well, they've been finding a lot of fraud, you know. So I kind of understand.
Oh,
They
well,
they showed some lady on Instagram. She just bought a brand new BMW, like a $50,000 car, but she lives under Section A and pays $200 a month in rent.
mm.
And they're like, well, I mean, do you really need Section A if you're buying a $50,000 car though? Like,
Now see that type of shit.
people, that's because people always take advantage of stuff that people who really need it
Now that's funny.
that
It's
deserve it.
funny, but it's shameful because you're making it bad for people that really, like you said, really need the program. Um, and now that they done this, Trump, I don't know what the fuck Trump is trying to do, but I just hear that he's trying to shut it down. He's trying to take Medicaid and a lot of other different things from people. And
He
uh,
wants to. I mean, I don't know, man, because I like them, and now I see him like kind of. He's just shooting darts out there all day long. So I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
now, what about some of these companies that are? Yeah, I forgot what my friend and I were talking about, but happens to do with Black Lives Matter. And now that these companies were for Black Lives Matter, and now that Trump is in office, they pulled back. And now that they pulled out from Black Lives Matter, consumers are not fucking with them anymore. Like, I think Target was one of them. I think Amazon is another corporation that done something to that effect. And because my friend doesn't want to order from Amazon anymore, but they're kind of forced to because, well, for one, they live in Chicago and they have really bad anxiety, so they don't want to leave the house type scenario. But what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm Hispanic from South America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I came here as a kid. And my, my my dad just taught me to kind of work hard and struggle till you die, pretty much, because that's what he did. Uh, I don't know any other way. I wasn't taught any other way. Like I've lived in hoods, I've lived in fucking crack neighborhoods and fucked up places my whole life. And I've always tried to get to somewhere better, somewhere quieter, somewhat cleaner, somewhat,
Hmm.
away from stuff.
Somewhere that wasn't that environment that you had to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, get my car stolen every other week, and then like fucking having to do the same shit back to the people who did it to me. Like that was kind of you got kind of bored after a while. Uh,
Mm. Excuse me, I was getting some of this good ass grape juice, but I feel you, just like the drug life, when I relapse and stuff like that. And, um,
Sorry to
you
hear
know,
that.
uh, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's what makes me it makes me stronger and it makes me the person who I am shaping myself to be in my future. So, these relapses are here for a reason, but
I had a bad drinking problem a couple of years ago, so I'll get you. And
You
I'm
know, a lot
actually
of, hmm,
scared to go back to drinking. So
a lot of people have alcohol or drinking problems. And, my biggest thing is, especially with my addiction in black families, why is this so swept underneath the rug? And I know you're Hispanic, so, it may be different from, black
oh no,
families.
my dad drank his whole life.
But I don't know. It just seems like, I'm not going to say my mom doesn't care in regards to my addiction, but I had a total stranger on podcast and he and I were talking and we were talking about addiction and they asked me, well, how are you with it? Are you good with your addiction now? Blah, 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 blah. And I enjoy that, even though sometimes I may freak out if a person asks me, how am I doing with my, it all depends on my mood and the time of day and all that type of stuff. I may want to talk about it. I may not, but, I enjoyed the fact I enjoyed the fact that this person asked me because it meant someone cared to a degree. And it just seems like with black families, like for instance, my mom or my family can talk about other people's addictions all day long. Yeah, such and such did this, then they was high on this and blah, 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 blah. But here I am waving my hand on the sideline like, hey, I have the same problem. So who am I to talk about this person going through their struggle? Well, I'm going through my own damn struggle. And you know this. And you never ask me about anything. Why do you think that is, what is the word? Stigma in black families when it comes to addiction or brown families?
I mean, it's in all cultures, right? I mean, it's not. I don't think it's just one uh one culture that has it. I mean, alcohol and drugs are in everybody's family in some at some extent, right?
Hmm.
It's just people like getting high. I mean, I smoked weed my whole life. So.
I want, oh my goodness. I will agree with you because I do enjoy being high, but not that
There's
type of
no,
mother.
you know what it does? It takes you away from reality, right? And since
Oh, it
reality,
does.
it's harder to deal with. It's like straightforward.
And
If if you're high, you're numb, right? So
that and another reason why I enjoy being high, well, for one, that helps me deal with people. I'm ADHD and bipolar, so give me some good ass sativa and allow me to deal with these motherfucking humans for today. But I am to the point in my life where I'm slightly refusing to take conventional medications. I weaned myself off of pretty much all of my medications that I was on. Um, and my thing is, if Source created all this stuff, I can get the benefits by smoking marijuana, or consuming it. So why can't I
I
do
mean,
that?
see that's the
And
thing. See that's the thing about marijuana too. Now it's because it's processed now, right? Like it's so enhanced. It's got so much chemicals in it. It's not even natural anymore either. So
which sucks, you know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like they're trying to convert it into
I
something else.
I told people a long time ago. Once the government sticks their hand in some shit, they fuck it up. So that's the only reason they made it legal. They knew they can tax it. They can fuck it up, manipulate it, do whatever they want with it, and people will be like, "Oh, this is a wonderful thing." It's not. It's not a wonderful thing anymore.
There's always the underplay for the okie doke, and it's a form of distraction, in my opinion. Let's get them high. Let's legalize this, blah, 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 blah. And, let's keep as I just said, let's keep them distracted while we are putting our plan in motion.
Yeah, of course. That's them. That's the people that run the show.
That,
You know.
that is ridiculous that people want that much control over human life or the world in general. I mean, it burns me up that, I don't even know the words. I know the words that I want to use to express how I feel right now, but yeah, I mean, and unfortunately, they're trillionaire Caucasian people that, no offense, my Caucasians, I'm not prejudiced for anything, but Y'all want too much motherfucking control.
It's not just Caucasians at this point, though. I mean, like Jay-Z's involved in them. There's celebrities that are rolling with them. So I mean, it's not.
Oh, I forgot. He probably traded Beyonce off for that coochie amongst the masses.
So I mean, it's just the dark world out there, man, and they control the stuff, right?
You know, no offense, Beehive. Don't come on my platform with that bullshit.
I
I'm
mean, you
just.
got to remember Jay-Z's album label was called Rockefeller for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Celebrities. Now, I just seen something. I started watching TV and listening to the news when I lived in Illinois, which was some years ago, for the who knows how many times that I moved back home when I used to live in Vegas. But anyway, it just wasn't appeasing to me anymore. I seen what I heard first in regard to Kanye West and his new is it what is she a pup? Was she a puppet for one? But his new girlfriend, this skinny, I don't know what it is that don't know how to wear clothes. It
Yeah, yeah.
seemed like everything was so staged, with the cameras being outside, Kanye's, and his girlfriend standing in this. I think it was maybe it was a mall, but it was these glass windows all over the place, and they were just standing in position for a minute. And the cameras were, clicking, getting ready for them to come out. And so, shortly thereafter, they ended up coming outside. But it just seemed like these celebrity lives are so staged to me. And it's just like, how do you feel about normal people that live normal lives, stunting their lives, trying to be like these celebrities? For instance, I knew someone that how can I say it? They had Airbnbs and stuff like that. And they would take all these pictures at the Airbnbs and be in the pool and all this stuff. And, just doing all this stunt. Now, I can understand if the person told the world, I'm at this Airbnb type scenario, but I think they honestly stunted that as if it were their actual life. How do you feel about that type of shit?
I don't pay attention to celebrities because they don't do anything for me. Like I'm not putting a dime in their pocket. They don't put money in my pocket. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, it's idolizing. I try to not idolize people or especially celebrities. You know,
Well,
I idolize Christ.
I was going to say that. Wasn't it he that said, not to idolize individuals? And I remember back in my days that I had every award show nearly recorded, MTV Awards, BET Awards especially, VH1 Awards. I wouldn't miss a damn award show to save my life. I had interviews and all that stuff. Some of them tapes probably would have been famous, not famous, but worth a little bit of money because I had some of the interviews and whatever else. And I remember I just didn't want to travel with it anymore because I moved to Vegas and whatever else. And I was just tired of it. I was just tired of that celebrity mess. And I started to see through stuff, just put it that way. And I'd be
Well,
trying,
they control the masses, right? So you know, um, I don't do it because I decided a long time ago that these people they don't have well, my benefit in life has nothing to do with theirs. They don't benefit me at all. So,
mm-hmm.
no. So like I still listen to music. I still listen. I mean, not that kind of music. I listen to different kind of music. I like older music, older hip hop. So.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has a music of choice, and the music that I'm supposed to be listening to is meditation music. But I like a specific meditation music that a lot of people just don't produce out there. I don't like that slow ass shit. I like, good fast meditation music that gets my chakras going, which is kind of hard to find. But, yeah, we all have our own little music that, keeps us uplifted and highly vibrational. Just put it that way.
Yeah. See, I'm not a highly vibrational person. So I have highs, like really good highs, and then really bad lows. So I don't really have a middle to me.
Are you depressed?
Yeah, but I can't. I have to always fight through it. I don't like. I don't have a chance to like actually deal with it. So,
That's probably a huge issue. I have blockages that I need to deal with. Especially, I need to. Do you know about shadow working and stuff like that?
No, I don't.
Basically, it's when you meet your shadow, which is yourself, and you're dealing with that trauma that you dealt with years ago, that molestation or that beat down or whatever has you embarrassed, or whatever it is, you're dealing with it, and you're basically just facing yourself. And it's a hard thing for a lot of people to do, dive deep within and face themselves to find answers.
See, that's the thing I wrote earlier in the chat, that my traumas are different from a lot of people that I meet in life. Uh, like I wasn't sexually abused ever or anything, or like beat on. I mean, my dad used to whoop my ass, but I deserved it every time. But I mean, other than that, uh, like I didn't have addictions and stuff. My traumas are more like I attach to people,
Mm,
and then those people like to leave
mm,
all the time.
mm. Okay, I definitely get you right there. I
So
had,
my
keep going.
traumas are trust issues with people.
That's a huge trauma, and a lot of people don't. I didn't even realize that's the trauma, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. Like myself and therapists, for instance, I find a good therapist. I tell them all my business, and we have a good relationship. I go back for a session. All of a sudden, the organization moves them around. They're not there anymore. And it's just like, what the hell? I just built this relation. Or for instance, I used to work I still do work for the school system. And I've been through about two different schools now. I was at the high school, and I got used to those kids, and they got used to me. And all of a sudden I had to go to the middle school. They didn't need me at the high school anymore. And I'm like, well, damn, how do you think the kids feel? Yeah, yeah. And anyway, now at the middle school, I lost my position there. And once again, I was getting used to the kids. They're getting used to me. And they abruptly, pretty much, told me I don't have a job anymore. And yeah, yeah.
Sorry to hear that, especially how rough everything is right now. So,
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm back in the school system, thank God. I will be working at a high school come Monday. I've heard some horror stories about this high school, but not everyone's experience is everyone's experience, or everybody.
yeah,
Not.
I mean,
Hmm.
the school system's pretty shitty nowadays. So, I mean, I got an 18-year-old that's in school. So.
Oh, it's very shitty now that I work for the school. So it's kind of like when I work for the casino. I love the glitz and the glam and all of that type of stuff. But when you work for the system and you see the underground and how it's created to remain dark, keep people thinking that it's nighttime, whatever else the case may be. It's all manipulation.
Of course.
And I'm feeding people's addictions, and I have my own motherfucking addiction. So why the fuck would I want to help feed other people's addictions? I did not know that people literally piss, and excuse my French, I'm very upfront and blunt, but people piss and shit on themselves. And I didn't realize this until I seen it about two or three times, a trail of poop leading from the machine all the way to the bathroom. Someone literally sat there and pooped themselves.
Like
You
on purpose?
The addiction is they think that they're winning, or they could be winning, and they don't want, it's something. I mean, my whole thing is you feel this coming on. Anyone that knows that they have to, boo boo, knows that they have to boo boo. You feel it in your stomach.
Oh, yeah.
You can't stop one of those attendants or whatever the case may be and be like, look, can you watch my machine real quick? I'll be back in a little bit. I have to use the restroom. You would rather sit there because you think that you're winning or whatever the case may be, and embarrass yourself, because that's embarrassing.
Oh,
And
yeah. I've had accidents before. Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, well, I mean, hell, I'm in my damn 40s, nearly 50. I may have to have some damn depends by 54 because by the time I have to go pee, I can't make it to the bathroom, and I've had
I
some,
mean,
hmm,
we've all had accidents. I mean, it happens. Just
but the
can't find
thing,
a bathroom at the right time. I mean, gotta go somewhere.
well, the thing is we're grown enough to talk about it. So, but yes, these things happen, my grandmother and I used to joke about it back in her days, cause she got to a point where she had to wear a pamper or whatever the case may be. And we would joke about not making it to the bathroom in time and stuff like that. And yeah.
I get it. And it's not, it's uncomfortable. It's not like when you're a kid.
Oh no, not at all. No, this is grown people pee and scat.
Yeah.
Now, how are you in regard to death? Because I've been thinking about that
Oh, I'm
lately.
ready, man. I've been fucking calling for it. It's just not listening to me.
No, I mean, I want to talk about it because I feel like it's our generation, so to speak. I'm not sure how old you are, but, to,
34. So I'm right there with you somewhere.
so it's basically our time to really live the way that we are supposed to be living because we don't have that much longer. I think about my mom. It's just like she's getting older and I do not want to do what that I had to do for my grandmother for her anytime soon. So I'm trying to get us to eat a little more healthier and whatever else the case may be. I'm trying to get her out of Illinois and here with me. There's a lot that I'm trying to do. So that she remains young at heart and whatever else the case may be. But yeah, I guess my biggest fear with death, and I know that I shouldn't fear it, but I've seen with a lot of people that have died in front of me is that whole breathing aspect, fighting for that last breath. I think that would put me at fear the most in regard to death.
Yeah. I mean, like you heard, Saint's grandma just passed away a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
And, it's been rough. Um, my dad passed away. It's coming on 2 years now in April. And I didn't get it. I haven't had a chance to mourn or cope with it at all just because, I took over the house with all the responsibilities here. So it was pretty much, I don't know, it's life, it's expected. But my dad is the closest person who's ever died to me.
Hmm. No, I'm
So,
sorry to hear that.
and I don't have compassion. I don't have like feelings pretty much. I mean, that's why I'll call myself a rock. Um, I've just been hurt so bad, man, that I don't deal with feelings very well anymore. I just, everything's just numb.
But your feelings do matter, just like Black Lives Matter, just like, a lot of other things matter, and they should be validated, even if people don't validate them. Everyone's feelings matter. That's why I was saying about saying, your feelings matter, I mean, even though I know she wants to shut off at this time,
I'm
but,
just like her, man. I mean, I'm very similar to her. I'm ready to shut down too. And the last time I shut down for 6 years. So
wow, wow.
I just went on a hiatus.
I
Not
don't
doing bad
know.
stuff. Not doing bad stuff. Just very, very isolated to myself. Just
I
did what I
used to
had to do
give, I
and
used
not
to,
focus on anything else. So,
I used to give people in the world that much power over me back in them days. And even though I'm not as strong as I would love to be, I've became a little bit more resilient and stronger in that aspect. And, maybe I don't know. I'm not saying that Saint is giving her power away to people or you, but sometimes we can, give away our power to people and not even realize it. And
yeah.
then we're not powerless, but, we're pretty much, how can I say?
Vulnerable.
Yeah, at the end of it all. So yeah.
I get it. And I mean, I take care of my disabled mom. And work pretty much almost every day. Well, whenever I can get a chance to get out to work every day.
So do you have a life outside of that? Because I'm pretty sure taking care of a disabled person, it can be a little challenging.
No, I don't. I just work and then come home.
Yeah, I think that will. And you have no other help.
No.
I mean, keep it
I mean,
real,
well,
shit.
when my dad was in hospice, they told me they were like, when my dad got sick, my dad had an aneurysm like overnight,
Mm,
and then in a month he was gone. So it was very sudden, very fast. There wasn't even time to think or move, right, like move in any direction. It was that quick.
mm,
So,
mm, mm.
um, and he taught me to be really strong, but I think I've outweighed his strength in the way I act
Mm-hmm.
because my dad at least had some kind of compassion for stuff, but I don't. I have to be very hard all the time to survive.
And why do you think that? Is it because of how is it? I don't want to use the word allow, but in life we do allow people, places, and things to shape us into the person that we are today. So, do you think that you allow people, places, and things to shape you into the person that you are today?
Oh, definitely. If they're that close, yeah. I mean, I have two baby moms, and they both took my kids away from me.
Mm,
Uh, Especially considering like my last marriage. Um, I was with her for 11 years, and it was during right at the beginning of COVID. She ended up cheating on me because
mm.
I couldn't get out to her because of the lockdowns and all the bullshit that was going on. All that brain manipulation that was happening back then.
Mm.
And she ended up cheating on me and then tried to come back. And I was like, nah, I'm good. But it sucks because I don't get to see my kid anymore.
So wait a minute. So she's using manipulation. The fact that you didn't want to get back with her. Now she wants to withhold the child, or whatever the
Oh
case
no,
may be.
I left her. I left her.
Oh, okay.
I don't mess with cheaters, man.
No, I wouldn't either.
I don't do that. Plus, we were together for so long, and I begged her too. I was like, yo, don't cheat on me. I know shit's rough, but don't cheat on me. I see where you're going. Like, I can see things too. I can see people's next motives and stuff. You know, and
There's nothing
I,
wrong with
I,
that.
I
That's
already,
power.
I already saw the one I'm dealing with now. I already saw this coming. They promised me some stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, nah. I've already been through this shit in life. People like to do this, so I have to. I'm always like 2 years ahead, pretty much. So
So why do you think that well, I'm not going to say attracted cheaters because we're only talking about one, but why do you
no,
think
I
that,
attract broken people.
you're an empath, aren't you?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Why do you think you attracted, well, oh my God, why do you think you attract wounded people? Because I'm very empathic, and
To
if I
heal
even
them,
look, you
to
feel
show them
them?
a, to show them a difference. You know,
Mm-hmm.
to show them that life isn't how it's always been for people. And then people come into my life and show me things that I'm not used to. So, I mean, I'm learning compassion. Didn't really have compassion too much, so.
I'm getting that way. Why have compassion for others when others don't really have compassion for you? But I don't want to give people that much power in regards to changing who I am. If I am a person of compassion and whatever the case may be, then I want to keep that side of me because that's a valuable side. Um, it's
I,
nice
I
to be
have
that. Hmm.
I have no compassion for anything. So things do not faze me.
I wish that could be me. I mean, because
Because
I
I
would.
can't break. I've never had a chance where I can have like a breakdown and not go to work for 3 years and not do this or not do that. I don't I don't have those chances. So,
And and you're going through this with your mom, so it's just, and you lost your father, so you haven't had a chance to grieve about that. So there's a lot of pent up bondage that's holding you. And I think that once you start releasing some of those bondages, things will be okay.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the day my dad died, the next day I went to work just to not think about anything and still be productive, still like have a purpose. Because I think the main purpose of life is to have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have a purpose, you're kind of just like winging it out there all day long. I don't think that's very healthy.
No, it's not.
So because I sell food to supermarkets, I feel like I'm always providing something for other people.
But what does other people have to provide, when it comes to you?
I just think I'm doing something good with what I do.
Well, you'll definitely be blessed for what you do. I mean, obviously you were chosen for doing that for a particular reason.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, even like during COVID, when everything was locked down, mine was one of the only companies that actually had food to take to supermarkets
Wow.
while all the shelves were empty. I don't know if you remember those times, though.
Oh, during COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I wish I had podcasts back then because I heard it was jumping off when COVID. And unfortunately, it took COVID for the podcast to jump off, or whatever. But
Don't worry. At Trump's rate, we'll be having another whatever's coming. So,
the next big thing, so to speak.
I mean, between all the bird flu and all the people getting fired, and there's not a lot of work out there. So, I mean, yeah, we're probably getting hit. Something similar. Maybe a little bit worse at this point. So.
Well, yeah, now that he's in office, he's probably going to mix up something real good to kill off a lot of the individuals. And I'm sorry, in my audience, if y'all don't want to hear this type of stuff, but it's the truth. And, the government don't care about us like that, freedom of speech and all this stuff. Give me a break. Our voices matter, during voting. I mean, why isn't, my thing is, if you knew that, I'm going to say Loretta Lunchmeat, if you knew that she was overseas prostituting and selling her damn coochie, why would you wait until it's time? Why would you wait until voting time to tell us this? I think that the American people would like to know this ahead of time so that we know what type of judge.
I don't actually think either candidate was worth us. So I don't think either one was out for our best interest anyway. So.
No, I think Democrats are, they're part of it too. They're part of the New World Order as well.
They all got to bow down to whoever's in charge, right? So.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they want us to do, bow down.
I mean, don't forget, Trump used to be a Democrat. So I keep telling people this. People tend to forget that part. It feels like this was all set up.
This ain't no damn setup. This is real life reality that's thrown in our faces, and so many people are blind to it, and they believe it. Oh no! They don't want to believe it for anything.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust the government at all. So that's just me. I don't want to depend on them. I don't want to rely on them for anything.
I don't even trust. There was something I was going to say I don't trust in regards to the government, but they're big manipulators. I grew up with they're narcissists. I grew up with narcissists.
I mean, we all are, right, to a certain extent.
Oh, but some are worse than others.
Yeah, because some know how to use it better.
I had a friend like that was a really good narcissist, a really good narcissist with me, and I seen it with the children as well. And
it's horrible when they attack children. That's the worst, man. Leave kids alone.
Oh yeah, they were really bad in regard to the children, and their narcissism, but lie about little things, and I caught on to it, and I'm just like, wow, this is actually this person.
Hey, Saint's on. She's doing a show. I don't
Is
know why
she?
I don't know why my name is there though, but I'm about to go pop in her show. You should go in there.
Tell her to send me a link or something because I don't know how to do it.
Well, if you log out, you can see her show on.
Okay, let me see. All right, audience, I'm going to pop into Saint's show real quick and, yeah. So thank you guys for listening and all of that good stuff. And I'm going to check her out and make sure she's okay. Until my next, episode, not episode, but live chat, you guys be good and namaste.